Welcome to Revolutionary Motion, where we show you tennis from a different perspective. Now today we will talk about one of the most basic tactics that you can use in any kind of doubles match up to pretty much a 4.5 level. It obviously works a little bit higher as well, but then you have to be a lot more precise with the tactics. So as you can see here, we put the cones on the court for where all the doubles players would be positioned in this side. The whole tactics would work from the other side as well if you're going from backhand side to backhand side as a baseline player, but let's focus on the forehand side first. So the tactics here are, you can see that the net player is right across from me when I'm at the baseline, and I want to lob this net player. So in order to lob that net player, obviously I have to go down the line, and I'm trying to be the first person in the rally to do this lob. Now why am I trying to do this lob? If I try to lob well with topspin and I get the ball way above my opponent and I get it close to the doubles sideline, the baseline player on the other side has a very, very long run ahead of himself in order to reach that ball. Most of the time, they will not have a lot of time to do so. So what you will see is them running not only parallel to the baseline, but also backwards. So that means that now they have to cover a lot of court and run backwards before they hit their shot. So you can see where I'm going with this. When somebody backs up while hitting, it becomes a lot tougher for them to hit the ball back deep themselves because they have to cover so much ground, move backwards, and then hit at the same time. So most of the time when you successfully play this kind of lob, you will see that that player will give you a shorter ball, hopefully, for them at least, playing the ball back down the line, back to the baseline player on this side. So you can see that your net player would have an opportunity to poach, cross, and put away that ball if that ball is short, or you could come in on that shot. Now let's illustrate that a little bit. So if I do that lob from here and I hit it successfully, like I just showed you, I go over that net player there, get the lob pretty deep, the following changes happen. So on this side, we both stay the same. On the other side, however, things change slightly, because usually you would see that the net player over here would now change sides, move over to the other side because they know they can't reach that lob, and the baseline player over there has to, jump in, run across, and reach that lob for the net player. So the net player will now move over here, and the baseline player will now move from here back this way. Maybe hit that ball back from a position somewhere over here. Now you can see, because these positions have changed and this player has to go down the line to go back to the player on the other side that's at the baseline, this baseline player or the poaching net player now have an opportunity to go past the net player over here and play a cross-court shot deep here to put the baseline player in trouble, because the net player doesn't have any chance to get there and the baseline player will have to run back across all the way to cover that next shot. So these kinds of tactics work all the time if you execute them well, because your opponent cannot do anything about the distances they have to cover. That's why it is extremely important, especially when you're playing against, lobbing players or players that in general moonball in doubles, that you are the first person to attack with a lob, a down the line lob, an aggressive down the line lob, in order to open up the court for yourself so you can then come in, and I will show you exactly in which direction you would come in order to put away this shot. So if I'm the baseline player over here and I hit that lob and I expect the next shot to come short, I would already wait somewhere around the baseline hoping for that ball to end up short. And if my partner doesn't decide to poach, in which case I obviously have to cover him, but if they don't decide to do that, and now the ball comes up short, I would move into the ball, staying on the side of the ball, and try to finish off the ball cross-court between the baseline and the net player. So you can see that lob opened up the court for me, because now the positions have changed and I have an opening going cross-court. If on the other hand I decide to go back down the line to that player, now I'm giving that baseline player on the other side the same opportunity to attack my net player and me by using this open angle in between us two to finish off the point. So it's really important that you follow up that lob with a offensive forehand or backhand, cross court over to the other side. That way you will always be in the offense and you will have an easy approach shot to come forward. Hopefully you can already finish off the shot. If you can't, chances are your opponent will not hit a good passing shot unless they're Rafael Nadal. So as you can see, these tactics work perfectly for almost every single level. Enjoy trying to use these tactics, and I promise you, your doubles play will become much, much better.
Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon.